These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And taking on our awesome quiz champions today are the Clevelanders. Now, this family and friends team all quiz together at their local, the Cleveland in Redcar. Let's meet them.
Hello, I'm Gordon, I'm 65, and I'm a retired offshore gas production operator.
I'm Alan, I'm 69, I'm a retired offshore production operator.
Hello, I'm Peter, I'm 62, and I'm a retired engineer from the steel industry.
Hello, I'm Mandy, I'm 49, and I'm a nurse.
Hello, I'm Vincent, I'm 51, and I'm a retired tax inspector.
Gordon and team, welcome. Good to see you. So the Cleveland is your pub?
It is, yes. It's just your typical good local pub with good beer and a very good quiz on a Wednesday evening, which we go to.
Sounds like the quiz is more important than the beer.
Oh, no, the beer's brewed on the premises.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh, OK, fine.
Yeah.
OK, I stand corrected. And Gordon, you've got a bit of Mastermind history, I gather.
Yes, I've been on a couple of times, 1986 and 2004.
Right, and how did you do?
Not as good as these guys. I've got an average score of 24, but it was never good enough to progress to the next round.
OK, but you are a quizzer, I can tell. Well, good luck to you Clevelanders. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. And I can tell you that the Eggheads have won the last 10 games, which means £11,000 says you can't beat them today. You flinched when I said that, Alan. Is that bad news? 10? Not enough or too many?
It doesn't look good.
I mean, they're on a streak. Well, you've got to bring a stop to it in whatever way you can. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of music. Who would like this?
I think we decided that's going to be Vince.
Yes, I don't know if I'd like it, but I think I've been chosen.
OK, Vincent. And against which Egghead? They're all sitting there grinning in that fatal way.
Choose Chris, or are we going to stick to...
I think you want to take Chris on
Not
this one.
particularly.
OK, take Chris.
I'll choose Chris.
OK, so it is Vincent from the Clevelanders versus Chris from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions in the question room. Let's talk about music, Vincent. You like a whole load of different music, I understand.
Well, I like reggae, I like folk music, I like everything by Bob Dylan, almost everything by Bob Dylan. But I also listen to jazz and all sorts of things. The trouble is, very little of it post-1985.
You're the same as me in that case. What do you think of reggae, Chris? I've never really asked you about that before.
Actually, I quite like reggae. Yeah, I do not mind a nice bit of reggae. Some of the early Marley.
Yeah, Marley was a complete genius, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I never heard that from you before, Chris. Interesting. We like to hear about things you like. So with music, Vincent, your choice, first or second?
I'll go second, please, Jeremy.
Here we go, Chris. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side. Are lyrics from which best-selling single? Is it Mambo No. 5, Sexy Back, or Livin' La Vida Loca?
That is Mambo No. 5, Jeremy.
Mambo No. 5 it is. OK, over to you, Vincent. Davy Jones, later a member of the Monkees, made his Broadway debut playing which role in the musical Oliver in 1963? Was it Bill Sikes, Fagin, or the Artful Dodger?
I don't know this, but he wouldn't have been old enough for Fagin. I think the best guess is probably the Artful Dodger.
Artful Dodger is the right answer. Well done to you. OK, Chris, your question. For which album did Pulp win the Mercury Prize in 1996? Is it His and Hers, Actually, or Different Class?
I've an idea that was Different Class.
Is he right, Vincent, or is this outside your time frame?
I don't know, but I think he might well be right.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Different Class it is. So back to you, Vincent, for your second question. In 1996, Gary Cherone became the vocalist with which group? Is it Van Halen, Iron Maiden, or Metallica? And Cherone, Vincent, is spelled C-H-E-R-O-N-E.
I am not sure that Iron Maiden have changed their vocalist, have they? Perhaps they have. I'm guessing I'll go for Van Halen. You've got it right. Van Halen. Chris, your third question.
The form of Baroque music in which the music is passed between an orchestra and a small group of soloists is known by what name? Concerto Magnifico, Concerto Grosso, or Concerto Ballado?
That is a Concerto Grosso, Jeremy. Great concerto.
Yes, you're right. So that's the danger of going second, Vincent. He can do what he's just done and get 3 in a row, which puts you under a bit of pressure. If you get this one wrong, you're going to be knocked out. Here we go. Which jazz saxophonist was known as The Sound? Was it Charlie Parker, Stan Getz, or Ornette Coleman?
It wasn't Charlie Parker because he was Bird. It could have been either of the other two, for all I know. It sounds like a cool name, and Stan Getz was cool West Coast jazz, so I'll say Stan Getz.
You're very good at playing this game. Stan Getz is correct. Well done. So 3 out of 3, we go to sudden death. It's Chris's question first. Gets a bit harder, as you know, Chris. I don't give you alternative answers. Adam Levine found fame as the lead singer with which American band whose UK hits have included Makes Me Wonder and She Will Be Loved?
Journey?
Journey? Woof, where did that come from?
Back in the mind.
Yeah. Anyone know?
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5. Okay, your question, Vincent. Get this one right, you're in the final round. Which girl band released the single Wings in 2012?
I know absolutely nothing about girl bands. I've never heard of Wings, except as Paul McCartney's group. It's got to be someone who's still around. Pussycat Dolls?
It's Little Mix. Chris, your sudden death question. Who composed the music and wrote the lyrics for the song Be a Clown, used in the 1948 film musical The Pirate, starring Judy Garland and Gene Kelly?
Johnny Mercer?
No, Cole Porter. So, Vincent, if you get this one right, you've taken it. Who arranged the Fantasia on British Sea Songs that is regularly played at the last night of the proms at the Royal Albert Hall?
I don't know if this was Elgar or whether... No. My first thought was it might be Elgar, but I'm not sure. I've got something telling me that it might have been the early conductor of the proms, Henry Wood.
You bang on. Henry Wood it was. Excellent play, Vincent. Well done. You've knocked out Chris, and that's first blood there to your team, the Clevelanders. Well done. If you both come back and rejoin your teams, we'll play on. So we say well done to Vincent, and as it stands, the Clevelanders have not lost a brain from the final round. The Eggheads have lost a brain already. What is going on? We shall see. The next subject is politics. They are the kings of the comeback, so you have to keep fighting here. Who wants this?
I think I was going to say politics tonight. I'll take politics, Jeremy.
Peter, against?
Tremendous Knowledge Dave, I think.
OK, so Peter from the Clevelanders against Tremendous Knowledge Dave on politics. Please go to the question room. Peter, you had a long time in the steel industry.
Yeah, 40 years.
OK, bit of steel needed here against Tremendous Knowledge Dave.
Shall try.
And I gather that you invented a piece of equipment that is now used in steelworks around the world. Tell us.
It's a very specialised piece of equipment for measuring the internal alignment of casting machines.
And so it's been rolled out in factories across the world?
Yeah, I invented it for use in this country, and it was we built one for each of the British steelworks, but it was so popular that we decided to sell it under licence.
So you had a patent and you saw your invention replicated everywhere?
About 300 or 400 steelworks around the world, yes. Yeah.
How does that feel?
It felt great when I used to go and visit them and see it stood in the corner.
OK, well done on that, and good luck in this round as well.
Thank you.
It's politics, and you can go first or second.
I shall try first.
Here we go. Whose government was discredited by what is known as the Profumo affair? Was it David Lloyd George, James Callaghan, or Harold Macmillan?
I think it was a Tory government. It's certainly not as old as David Lloyd George, so it won't be James Callaghan, so I suspect it's Harold Macmillan. Harold
Macmillan is the right answer. Tremendous Knowledge Dave, your question. Established by an Act of Parliament in 2004, the ORR is the office of what? Is it reading restriction, riding rules, or rail regulation?
Looking at that, I'll have to go rail regulation.
It is the Office of Rail Regulation, you're right. We must be running out of acronyms in this country.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't be that many left. OK, Peter, In 2012, which former MP performed at Covent Garden in the non-singing role of the Duchesse de Krakentorp in an opera by Donizetti? Is it Anne Widdecombe, Edwina Currie, or Shirley Williams?
Oh, I've no idea on this one. I don't think it would be Shirley Williams. I think she's a bit too serious. I would suspect maybe Anne Widdecombe.
Anne Widdecombe is the right answer. OK, Dave, your question. The Espace Léopold is a complex of parliament buildings in which city? Paris, Brussels, or Geneva?
You spell it for me, please.
Yeah, Espace is E-S-P-A-C-E, and then Léopold is as you would spell Leopold, but with an accent on the E.
I have to go Brussels.
Brussels is the right answer. Well done. So 2 each. And we go back to you, Peter. Return to normalcy was a campaign slogan used by which US president? Warren Harding, Theodore Roosevelt, or Harry Truman?
Oh, well before my time, and I'm not particularly knowledgeable on the president, so it's going to be an almost a complete guess. I will say Theodore Roosevelt.
Any eggs?
I'd go for Harding.
Kevin's right. Harding. Warren Harding is the answer. Dave, your question. If you get this right, you're in the final round. Which American political commentator popularized the phrase Cold War in his 1947 book of the same name? Is it Walter Lippmann, Hal Hendricks, or Price Day?
Not anything. Hal Hendricks is just staring out at me, but I haven't got any real basis. I'll go Hal Hendricks.
No, Walter Lippmann is the correct answer. So we go to sudden death. Peter, gets a bit harder. I don't give you alternatives.
OK.
Early in his writing career, which 19th century novelist reported for his uncle's publication, The Mirror of Parliament, Arrival to Hansard?
Don't know the answer to the question, so I'll have a guess. I'll just say Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens is the right answer. Yes, good answer, because he was a sketch writer, wasn't he, up in the House of Commons? OK, so now you're on the back foot, Dave, here a bit. You need to get this one right. The 2012 book, The Man Without a Face, by Masha Gessen, is a study of which Russian politician?
I'll go Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin is correct.
All right.
Sorry, Peter, it goes on. Joachim Gauck became president of which country in March 2012? It's Joachim, and then Gauck is Gauck. Joachim Gauck.
No, I don't know the answer immediately. Let's have a guess. Ukraine?
No, Germany.
Oh.
Closer to home than that. OK, Dave, you get this right, you're in the final. In his famous speech of January 1918, how many points were listed by US President Woodrow Wilson as he outlined his proposals for the post-World War I peace settlement?
14.
14 is your answer. Is that well known in Quizland, Dave? I didn't know that.
Well, it must be well known if I know it.
You're very modest. You're very modest. Too modest, actually, because you got it right. 14 it is. Sorry, Peter. He's knocked you out on sudden death, but you played him very close. Well done. Do both of you please rejoin your teammates? So, analysis at this point, Gordon, how are we doing?
We're doing OK. We've lost one, but we've beaten one, so that's pretty good.
Definitely putting up a fight, no question about that. As it stands, the Clevelanders have lost a brain, so have the Eggheads. We play on, and the next subject is sport. Is this good?
Yeah.
Alan's going to do
Alan
sport.
on sport? OK,
Yeah.
Alan.
Who do you fancy
Which
on?
Egghead?
Who do you fancy on?
Kevin, I think we'll take.
I'm always going to go for that.
We'll take
Kevin?
Kevin.
Yeah.
All right,
Brave
very
man.
determined. Kevin was knocked out in the last game, so we don't know what kind of mood he's going to be in. It's Alan.
Thanks for that.
Alan from the Clevelanders versus Kevin from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. So, Alan, in your time, you've done quite a bit of travelling, and I know that that's come to an end now.
Yes, most of it was involuntary travelling to work.
And
By helicopters, please don't ever use one.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's to what, oil rigs and stuff, is it?
Oil rigs for 22 years, yes.
And meanwhile had 6 children.
Yes, up to now.
Well, let us know if you've got a 7th on the way. Do tell. OK, so you're up against Kevin here. You can choose whether to go first or second.
I'll go first.
Here we go. Good luck to you, Alan. In which year did the tennis player Novak Djokovic first reached #1 in the ATP World Rankings? Is it 2011, 2008 or 2005?
I think 2005's too early. I think 2008's too early. I think the answer's 2011.
Very good. You're absolutely bang on with that. 2011. I never know. You say 2011, I say 2011. We'll never sort it out, will we? Okay, Kevin. Which England player was the top goal scorer at the Euro 96 Football Championship? Was it Wayne Rooney, Gary Neville or Alan Shearer?
Euro 96.
Yes.
And that's the one that was held in England. Much too early for Rooney, and Gary Neville played further back. It would be Alan Shearer.
It was indeed Alan Shearer. You're right. Okay, your question, Alan. The Formula One driver Valtteri Bottas was born in which country? Australia, Venezuela or Finland?
Could you repeat the name?
Yes, it's VLTTERI, Valtteri, or Valtteri, and then Bottas, Bottas.
I've never heard of him, so I'll just make an educated guess. I'll say Venezuela.
Sounds a little bit Venezuelan, but it's not. It's Finland. Okay, Kevin, to take the lead, the winners of the Rugby Union Six Nations match between Italy and France win a trophy named after which famous Italian? Is it Arturo Toscanini, Giuseppe Garibaldi, or Leonardo da Vinci?
Well, before the choices came up, Garibaldi sprang to mind. I don't know it as such, but that's obviously a factor. And Garibaldi, although he's famous as an Italian patriot, was actually born in Nice. So there's a connection between the two countries. So I would go for Garibaldi.
You're quite right, Garibaldi it is. Alan, your question. You need to get this one right. Who was first appointed president of the International Association of Athletics Federations in 1999? Is it Lamine Diack, Lennart Johansson, or Dick Pound?
Once again, I've never heard of any of the three people involved. So, Lennart Johansson.
It's Lamine Diack. Alan, I'm sorry, so 2 questions wrong means that Kevin has knocked you out, no way back for you. You won't be in the final round and Kevin will. Please come back and we'll play on. So, as it stands, the Clevelanders have lost 2 brains from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have lost 1. The next subject is geography. Who would like this?
I think that's going to be me, isn't it?
I think Mandy's going to take geography.
OK, Mandy, which of the Eggheads do you want to play?
Barry.
No,
Could be Barry or Daphne?
Barry, please.
You said that with some conviction. Is
Daphne knows everything.
She does. She's amazing. She's amazing. You're so right.
It's all in there with Daphne. We just don't know how it comes out.
It is. So, you still want to go with Barry?
Yes, please.
Mandy from the Clevelanders versus Barry from the Eggheads on geography. Please go to the question room. So I gather you may not be going back to Italy for a while. Mandy, why not?
I've had a few experiences. I got trapped there in the ash cloud. I've forgotten what year that was now. Had to come back by train. I was there when they had the earthquake. And quite recently, I got stuck for 7.5 hours on the runway because of snow.
So maybe it's just not meant to be then.
Well, it's too tempting, isn't it? You've got to go back.
But there's a lot of quiz material in your experiences because we had the Icelandic mountain, the volcano came up the other day, so maybe useful in this round, who knows? But anyway, geography, Mandy, perfect subject for you. And would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second, please.
Here we go, Barry. The island of Bali lies approximately 2 miles east of which other island? Is it Fiji, Guam or Java?
Bali is one of the Indonesian islands, and the only other Indonesian island there is Java, so that's my answer.
And you're quite right, Java it is. Mandy, which of these European destinations is served by ferry from the port of Hull? Is it Rotterdam, Santander or Cherbourg?
It's Rotterdam.
Well, you're straight there.
I've got family in Hull. I've been on the Hull ferries.
Yeah, absolutely right. Rotterdam it is. Over to Barry. Question 2. The historic market town of Ringwood lies close to which national park? Is it New Forest, Northumberland or North York Moors?
I've not heard of Ringwood, and it's definitely not in the North York Moors, because I know all the towns there. I'm pretty certain it's not in Northumberland, so I shall go for the New Forest.
New Forest is quite right. Yeah, it's sort of Southampton area, isn't it?
Oh, Kevin's neck of the woods.
It's reasonably close to Southampton. Yeah, you've got the New Forest is in between. Ringwood's on the western edge of the New Forest.
Mandy, your question. Which river is formed by the confluence of the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin rivers near Three Forks, Montana? Is this the Potomac, Missouri, or Colorado?
I'm thinking Potomac, sort of Washington area. Missouri's pretty long, isn't it, down in the southeast? So I'm going to pick Colorado.
Yeah, I might have done the same. It's not, though. It's Missouri.
It is very long.
Yeah. Means that Barry is in the lead and will be in the final if he gets this right. Which European language is the official language of the country of South Sudan? Is it Spanish, French, or English?
South Sudan. But it's not Spanish. There's only a couple of countries in Africa that have Spanish as their official language. And although most of the Sahara and Sub-Sahara are French-speaking, Sudan, I believe, was controlled by the English for a large period of its recent history, so I believe it would be English.
Nicely done, Barry. You're absolutely right. English it is. So you've taken the round. Sorry, Mandy. He's knocked you out there with his 3 correct answers, which does happen with Barry. Please come back, rejoin your teammates, and we will play the final round. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Alan, Peter and Mandy from the Clevelanders, and also Chris from the Eggheads, would you please now leave the studio? Gordon and Vincent, you are playing to win the Clevelanders £11,000. Kevin, Dave, Daphne and Barry, you're playing for something that money really can't buy, which is the Eggheads' precious reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge. You are allowed to confer, gentlemen. So, Clevelanders, the question is, are your 2 brains better than the Eggheads' 4? And would you like to go first or second?
We've discussed it and would like to go first, please, Jeremy.
Good luck. Which of these garments traditionally has a hood and is fastened with toggles? Is it a bomber jacket, a duffel coat, or tuxedo?
Well, that sounds to me like a duffel coat, pretty much. Yeah, duffel coat, Jeremy.
Duffel coat is the right answer. Well done. Over to you, Eggheads. Which celebrity married her 3rd husband, Kieran Hayler, in January 2013? Is it Paris Hilton, Tulisa, or Katie Price?
Katie Price, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
It's not
I'm pretty sure it's Katie Price definitely got married.
Yeah,
she definitely got married, yeah.
Yeah, that was Katie Price. Apparently she'd been to fortune teller, told her she married somebody with the name Kevin, and she thought that sounded close.
Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Katie Price is the right answer. Well done. See, they know their high culture, but they also know their Jordans. Jordan in the Middle East and Jordan in Hello. You know them all. OK, the next question is for Gordon and Vincent. The 2013 film This Is 40 was billed as a sort of sequel to which film? Funny People, Get Into the Greek, or Knocked Up?
Well, not really. I certainly don't know it. I heard something about this in the radio, and Knocked Up is ringing a bell, but
Yes,
it could well be wrong.
a little bit
With you?
The only film that's sort of ringing some bells with us both, you know, just pure instinct, really, we think it could be Knocked Up.
Knocked Up is the right answer. Well done, 2 out of 2. Your teammates are clapping back there. Eggheads, the Chinese New Year that began in February 2013 is known as the year of the what? Snake, rabbit, or monkey?
Snake.
What?
Yeah, it is the snake.
It is indeed the snake. I was born in 65. Was 65 the snake? You know how they go back there? How do you work it out?
12 years.
12-year cycle.
12 years. So it can't have been 65 then. I was not the snake.
No.
I was something else. You would probably be able to tell me, wouldn't you?
Eventually,
yeah.
OK, let's not worry about it now. So it's 2 points each, final round. You're playing well. Here is your next question. In military history, the Wellington bomber was designed in the 1930s by which company? Is it Handley Page, de Havilland, or Vickers Armstrong?
I don't know, but you will.
Vickers Armstrong.
Oh, you got straight there. Vickers Armstrong is correct. Vickers Armstrong is the right answer. Well done. 3 out of 3. Your teammates could expect no more. Playing very well, the two of you. Eggheads, here we are again. You've played some very good challenges recently. And so if you get this one wrong, the contest is over and you have lost. Your precious reputation in pieces on the floor. The bumblebee bat, regarded as one of the world's smallest mammals, is native to which part of the world? Is it South America, Southeast Asia, or Australasia?
Oh, I really should know this, but I don't.
Well,
I don't think it's
I
Australasia.
think it's Australasia.
My first instinct was South America, but I have no...
Oh, gosh.
Let me guess.
Asia.
Oh, yeah, well, yes, I'm not, I don't know.
why do you think it's Southeast Asia?
I don't know. Just a gut feel. I've nothing to back it up with.
Okay. So, don't know why I thought that. I mean, it came into my mind before the choices came up. But I don't know.
Well, on the basis that it came into your mind first,
yeah.
I generally go with things like that. So.
It's tenuous, isn't it?
We don't know, but we are going to guess at South America.
Okay. You were chairing that discussion, Daphne.
Yes.
And you had Barry and Kevin both have the merest glimmer of something. And why did you go with Kevin?
Because Kevin thought it was that before he saw the options.
And Kevin's admitted in a recent game he's very bad at guessing. You didn't apply a discount to his suggestion on that basis.
Kevin overall is very good at guessing.
Well, in this case, I'm afraid the inkle that came from this side of the table has cost you the game. It's Southeast Asia. We say congratulations, Clevelanders, you have won! Well. And they played very well, these challenges. They played you close, got 3 right in the final round. Brilliantly done on that last third question. What can I say? It was very interesting watching that poor old Barry there. I didn't think he had any less of an idea than Kevin. He just ignored him.
No, but my general rule is if something comes into your mind before you hear the questions, then it's almost certainly the right way to go.
I see.
That's the rule.
So that's the rule, okay.
Just half one, unfortunately.
Well, they play it a certain way, the Eggheads. Best not to inquire quite what goes on around that table, but the main thing is you've won.
Don't need to know how, just...
That's good. Good for you, Gordon. You've had a couple of outings on Mastermind, and you've come here and you've taken the jackpot.
Well, that's a bit of compensation, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just what I was thinking. Proper quizzing team. Well done to you both and to all your teammates as well. Congratulations to the Clevelanders. You have won the jackpot on Eggheads of £11,000. You are therefore officially cleverer than the Eggheads over here.
I don't think so.
You've proved certainly that they can be beaten. Do join us next time on Eggheads to see if a new team of challengers will be just as successful. Until then, goodbye.